Hello guys, and welcome to all those training to become Super Saiyans, and welcome to Revolution. So basically, unless you've been hiding under a rock, you will not have missed the latest spoilers to come out concerning the Dragon Ball Super series and the upcoming Tournament of Power. The spoilers is that Frieza is returning to the Dragon Ball Super series and is going to be participating for Universe 7 in the upcoming Tournament of Power. Now, there's been a major scandal in terms of whether this original news was legitimate or not. I was one of the guys that posted the video from the first source we got from Gogeta, who got it from 2chan, and basically it has turned out to be right. Now, people like myself and other YouTubers have been attacked for literally posting the original spoilers when we did, simply because some people deemed the source not worthy of being credible enough. Now, whilst I totally empathise with your point of view, some people have been burnt by that company before. I personally haven't been burnt by that company before, and if I was to have gotten burnt in that situation, learn my very own personal lesson as to not trust that channel anymore. However, I found out that this news is true, just like all of you have, and I actually posted it as a possible spoiler, and in that word possible, it means it can either happen or it won't happen. I didn't post it as fact or official, so sometimes you guys just need to chill out. You're probably feeling pretty stupid right now as the news has been confirmed. Anyway, rant over. In this video, I'm going to be discussing why I think Frieza's return to the series right now is a good thing. And so far, I've not actually done any countdown or top 5 anything on my channel. So I thought, why not do this now? Anyway, as you can tell, I am excited about Frieza's return. I'm a bit gutted it's at the expense of Boo, as I generally thought that Boo's fight with Basil in the preliminaries was one of the best fights in Dragon Ball Super. And I'm gutted that it's Boo, to be brutally honest, as his diverse arsenal of attacks would make for an extremely fascinating watch in the upcoming tournament. And I think it's a shame we haven't got Majin in the tournament. Anyway, what's done is done. 5 reasons I think it's going to be extremely exciting why Frieza's in this tournament. So, my first reason is Frieza is unpredictable. You literally cannot predict what Frieza will do in this tournament. We simply cannot tell whether he will turn on Universe 7 or he will actually use some common sense and actually help them win, and whether he can actually ignore his urge for revenge on Goku. Now, why is this such a good thing? Well, for me, I'm personally the type of guy that likes putting out theories. My imagination runs wild when I watch episodes of Dragon Ball, and basically it probably gives you the impression that I want these theories to actually play out. Well, actually, what I want is to be surprised by Dragon Ball every week I tune in. That is literally what keeps me coming back. If all my theories were to play out in Dragon Ball, I'd find it pretty boring that I'm predicting or prognosticating all these occurrences. I love to be surprised by Dragon Ball. I cannot predict what Frieza's going to do, and that in itself makes me excited about Frieza being in this upcoming tournament. Now, I'm pretty certain the kind of roles that Krillin, Master Roshi and Tien, and maybe even Gohan, are going to play out in this tournament. But Frieza, you really can't predict, and that's also why I'm very disappointed Majin Buu won't be in the tournament as well, because with his diverse range of attacks, he really could have offered some variation in terms of fighting styles to this tournament. Anyway, I'll stop going on about Majin Buu, but basically, number one reason is Frieza is unpredictable. We do not know what his motives are. We do not know in terms of what mentality he will turn up to with this tournament and whether he can put his revenge behind him. Reason number 2. Well, basically, Frieza is of a certain race. Now, in this tournament, he is going to come across Frost, who is obviously of the same race but just from a different universe. Now, we don't know a great deal about Frieza's race, but obviously if he comes across Frost, there may be moments of communication where they talk about the race that they're from, and we may actually get some details filled in about Frieza's background history of their race. We haven't seen another Frieza clansman since we saw his father, King Cold, when they were literally diced up by future Trunks. So it's going to be extremely interesting to see the meeting between these two, and I really hope we get some dialogue between them. Anyway, moving on to the next point. Reason number 3. Frieza has grown in power exponentially since the Namek Saga, to the point where he's competing with Super Saiyan Blues. So how will he fare against the likes of Hit, Cabba, Vegeta, Frost, and even other powerful beings such as Toppo and Jiren, for example? Now, just after the exhibition matches of the preliminaries, if you could call them that, when they were exhibiting the battles to the two Zenos, when Universe 9 faced off against Universe 7, Toppo from Universe 11 jumps in, and he is the leader of the Pride Troopers, and he hates evil. In fact, he's pretty convinced that Goku himself is evil. Obviously, we as the viewer know that Goku is not evil, even though his actions sometimes make you doubt it. But obviously we know that Goku's innocent and really his heart is pure-hearted. But anyway, Frieza is evil. There's absolutely no denying it. Goku once stated that he would love Frieza as a sparring partner if Frieza was not rotten to the core. Frieza is evil, and he is going to be coming up against the Pride Troopers who despise evil. So that is going to be extremely interesting because Frieza's power level is up there with the likes of Super Saiyan Blue. We don't know if he'll get in any training before the tournament, as it seems a very last minute thing, but Frieza is immensely powerful, especially in his golden state. So can Frieza take on the likes of Toppo and Jiren? That remains to be seen, and we are about to find out, and for that I'm extremely excited. Now, reason number 4 why I'm excited about Frieza's return is basically Frieza against Universe 6. We now know that Universe 6 is going to not just contain Frost, but it's going to contain 3 Saiyans. And we know that these Saiyans are not at Super Saiyan God tier levels. They are, well, we know that Cabba's a Super Saiyan, and we know that Kale is going to be a Super Saiyan, or even a legendary Super Saiyan for all we know. We don't know enough about Caulifla yet to know whether she will be a Super Saiyan, but from episode 89 she's interested in the Super Saiyan, so I wouldn't rule that out entirely. Frieza doesn't just hate Saiyans. In fact, one thing Frieza hates more than Saiyans is a Super Saiyan. Frieza, when he sees this, he will wreck them. He will literally destroy those 3 Saiyans if we go on our current perception of what their power levels are. Now, that will be interesting. If Frieza goes for Cabba, how will Vegeta, Frieza's teammate in this tournament, but long-time nemesis and former, basically slave to Frieza, how will he respond in this situation? We know there's a great deal of respect between Cabba and Vegeta. Vegeta taking the role of master or teacher with Cabba. I mean, there's all these complex relationships that are going to come under pressure in this tournament, and putting Frieza in this fight with the relationship he has with some of the characters is literally throwing a huge spanner in the works. And like I said with point number 1, it's going to be so unpredictable. It's going to be chaos, and guys, I love chaos. I love watching chaos. Anyway, how will Frieza respond to seeing Super Saiyans opposing him, and how will he deal with that? Will he break the killing rule? You won't be surprised with Frieza going out of control and breaking the killing rule of the tournament and being disqualified from the tournament. And last but certainly not least, basically this Reason number 5 is a hypothetical reason, because in the movie Resurrection of F, we find out that it was Beerus who gave Frieza the orders to destroy planet Vegeta. However, this didn't actually occur in Dragon Ball Super, so it's arguable to whether or not the same plot line actually happened. But what if Vegeta was to find out from Frieza in this tournament that Beerus destroyed planet Vegeta? Now, with Vegeta's character development, it's hard to know which way he will swing with this information. He might just not care, but there will be no middle ground with Vegeta. He either won't care or he will snap. And basically, Vegeta's resentment towards Beerus could actually be the start of a new arc. Now, this is definitely a hypothetical occurrence that could take place, but the aftermath of this occurrence could be resounding, and it could literally change the whole direction of Dragon Ball Super. Would Vegeta attack Frieza in this tournament for revealing such a revelation, or would he just wait until the end of the tournament and actually help his team? With Frieza, you really don't know who he's going to antagonize in this tournament, who he's going to literally pick on. It can go so many ways, and that's why I'm glad he's in it, because I don't want to be able to predict what's going to happen in the next episode. I want to be surprised, and I really can't put my finger on what I think Frieza will do. Anyway, so they are my 5 reasons to be excited about Frieza in the Tournament of Power. And even though this is cheating a little bit, because I said 5, I am also really hoping that with Frieza in this tournament, they give us a bit more backstory on how Frieza attained this form. We got very vague explanations in the Resurrection of F Saga, but if they've been planning this all along, maybe we will get the fruition of why the Resurrection of F Saga was so vague. I'm probably clutching on straws there, but I really hope they fill out a lot of the details that they really should have filled out in Resurrection of F Saga. Now, I know a lot of the Dragon Ball community actually are disappointed with the fact that Frieza is returning yet again, and I definitely empathise with your point of view. After all, he has just reappeared in the Resurrection of F Saga, and some people feel like it's time to give some more shine to other characters, and I can definitely understand that point. Boo, for example, even though we got to see him in the exhibition matches, we really wanted to see what he could do, especially after he failed to make the Universe 6 vs Universe 7 God of Destruction tournament. And even though I have a lot of love for Roshi, and yes, he does have a few things to offer to this tournament, I personally feel that Frieza and Boo have a lot more to offer to this tournament, and they are definitely more capable of competing with their power levels. It also would have been really cool to see Majin Buu and Frieza standing side by side, 2 previous arch nemesis to Goku. Anyway, we're not getting that now. So basically, like I said, I can empathise with you if you don't agree with the decision to bring Frieza back again. It would have been cool to see someone even like Cell come back again. I am not against revivals of past villains as long as the plot is good enough. In the Resurrection of F Saga, the plot and narrative, even though it had so much potential, it really failed to live up to that potential, and the narrative simply was so vague and so underdeveloped, it actually turned out to be the worst saga in Dragon Ball Super so far, and they literally had one of the best villains the series has ever produced. So, in theory, it was a great idea, but they really failed to actually expound on that theory. However, I for one am hoping they don't make the same mistake again. Fingers crossed. Anyway guys, what do you think? Do you agree with Frieza coming back for this Tournament of Power, or do you hate the idea? I don't have a problem with anybody that hates the idea. Let me know why in the comments section though. I want to read your reasoning. And if you have any more reasons why it's a good thing that Frieza is in this tournament that I haven't talked about, once again, light up that comment section. Anyway, Smash that like button with a universe busting attack if you like my videos, if you enjoy my content. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please subscribe. All my content that is coming out will literally be dropped into your account the moment it's released if you subscribe. And there's one final lesson, guys. If you are seeking revenge against anybody who has done you harm, and you stay calm against that person you seek revenge against, you will never, ever, ever become golden. Hello guys, hit that beautiful face in the top left corner, punch me in the face to subscribe to my channel, and here is some more content from my channel which I am very, very sure you will all enjoy.